A very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH286, and I just realised I haven't put our weather down on streaming. I was so busy listening to David's account of the Iran attack from Israel. Anyway, this is Patricia and David, Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH286. And we have had a really up and down sort of day to day. I can tell you what it is now, but it has been all over the show, which I'm sure Camelot will understand because they've had wind and cloud and etc. all over the show as well. But we've currently got a reasonably pleasant 19 degrees. The bar is 1010.7. It's 10 knots of westerly, but sometimes it can be 15 or 20 or 8 or whatever. And we've got about 30% cloud cover at the moment. So that's been the day here. And at least, I don't think, oh yes, just a few spritzels, but nothing much in the way of rain. That will come tomorrow when I'm out walking. Just an update on the Ruffian, which is going pretty well. They're doing, Ian and Fiona and Ant, the new crew, are doing well. They're motoring along at 4 knots at a course of 245, heading for their waypoint. 28 degrees, 27 south and 177.58 east. And today they were able to do some temporary repairs to straighten up the spray hood and bimini, ready to keep the cockpit dry for the rain that's coming. Well, we've got a few breathing down the neck of the customs dock. Dave and Andy on Gracias have only got 75 miles to go to Marsden, so they'll be in tomorrow morning. Last night was pretty exciting, so they'll be pleased to get in. They had the works, squalls, lightning, heaps of rain. 25 knots was the maximum though, so nothing to complain about. So currently they are at about 34 degrees, 36 south, 174.36 east. They've got the 15 to 20 knots from the west, but who knows, it's up and down a bit. 25% cloud cover, 1.5 metre northwest swell. They'll be mixing it with the boats that are returning from the Bay of Islands to Auckland after the Coastal Classic, so they're on a course of about 180 and 7 knots. Dash is right amongst the boats there. They are going to be at Marsden in the middle of the night. Nothing like an dark 30 arrival, but good lit area. 35 degrees, 17174.52. Only 42 to go to Bream Head, and they are on a course of 189 true, 8 to 10. 18 gusting 22, so there's a bit more wind up there than there is down here, from about 304. Camelot, further north, they have had a really messy couple of days by the sound of it. This was their 3 o'clock position. 2543 south, 17516 east on a course of 186 true, 5.8 motor sailing. It was only about 6 knots at that time, from about 277, we'll call it west, with a bit of north in it. 1 metre from the south. They said southerly quadrant because it was south, southwest, southeast, all over the show. And the barometer is dropping 1016. So they've had, as far as the skies are concerned, everything from dark skies and driving rain to clear sunny skies. So sounds a bit like New Zealand weather. They must be getting closer. Okay, cables length 2 only half an hour ago were entering the Whangarei Harbour, just turned around from Bream Head. That's at 3549 and 17430. They would have had to break through all the boats heading back to Auckland as well. So welcome home to Ian and Suzanne on cables length 2. Okay, and nothing from Elka yet. I'll just check the emails. Oh yes, I lie. The email has come in. They're currently at, or he is currently at 32.59 and 174.39. On a course of 172 magnetic, 6.5 knots. The swell is building. No, the wind swell is building up from the southwest, and there is a longer one with an 8 to 9 second period up to 2 metres. So a bit of leftovers from the strong northerly winds, and he saw an albatross today. So yeah, that's the second person that's seeing the albatross, so that's interesting. Right, let's go to the boats at sea that we talk to. Master plan, Gulf Harbour.
Gulf Harbour, this is Master Plan.
Yeah, good copy again. Dean, go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon to you, Patricia. Today is probably the clearest I've ever heard you, so that's also really good news. Our current position, 31 degrees 48 south, 174 degrees east. We're steering course over ground 180, and we're doing 6.5 knots at present. The wind is about 15 to 18 from the southwest, and we've got a southwest swell of about 1 meter. Another pretty good blue sky day, 10% cloud cover, and the barometer is 1015.
Okay, the only thing that dropped out was your minutes of longitude, 174. What were the minutes?
16.
Okay, we have a master plan at 31 degrees 48 south, 174 degrees 16 east, course 180 true, 6.5 knots with 15 to 18 from the southwest and a southwest 1 meter swell, and pretty much blue sky, only 10% cloud cover, 1015, and yeah, that's higher than us. So yep, sounds all pretty good, and yep, you'll be smelling the barn too, I guess, and anxious for the last miles to whiz away. Over.
Yes, indeed. We're looking forward to the last day and a bit, expecting to be arriving in Marsden on Tuesday.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty busy tomorrow on their Labour Day. So that lot will be through and ready for you. In fact, Bellavita is are going to be there with the Cables Length and Gracias and a few others. So, yep, hopefully it'll clear out a bit for you, and they'll be ready to welcome you back. All right, Dean, good going, and so we'll talk to you again tomorrow. It'd be interesting to see. Usually we don't get to talk to boats so close, but at this time of night it seems that it's going to be all right. It'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Okay, we'll clear with master plan and go to obsession.
Hi, Patricia. Is your copy of it?
Yeah, I have got good copy on you. It is surprising, but go ahead, Lisa.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Patricia. Happy birthday to you.
I don't know how you found out about that. Yeah, thank you very much, and much appreciated. Thank you. Go ahead. I hope you have a day job though. Over.
The attitude was just static, honestly, just static. I'll give you our position. At the moment, we had a beautiful day. It's and our position is 30 degrees, 39 minutes south, 173 degrees, 43 minutes east. We've got a course of about 140 magnetic, and we're doing about 6 knots of motor sailing. Our barometer is 1018. We've got 10% cloud cover, and we've got 12 to 15 knots of south-southwest wind with a half-meter southwest swell. Over.
Okay. Obsession, Lester and Lisa are at 3039 south, 17343 east, on a course of 140 magnetic, 6 knots motor sailing, 1018, 10% cloud cover. Yeah, pretty nice day. 12 to 15 south-southwest and a half a meter southwest swell. Yeah, we got a bit of sun this morning, but then it clouded over and then it's clear again. So yeah, it's a bit of everything. So yeah, you're going to try and make sure you get into Opua before the front on Wednesday, I hope. Over.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for at the moment. Our ETA in Opua is Tuesday evening. So yeah, we're trying to beat the front in, and we've got the engine going, trying to make it happen. Over.
Yep, sounds good. All right, well, we'll see how successful you are tomorrow when we talk. Okay, and thanks again. Clear with obsession and going to Iron Maiden.
Gulf
Thanks, Margaret, and very nice copy from you again tonight. Go ahead.
We are currently at 31 degrees 59 minutes south, 173 degrees 12 minutes east. We have been motor sailing all day to get us in for Tuesday as well. We had 6.5 knots under the motor, course of 160 degrees true. We have a southwesterly of about 14 knots, 30% cloud cover, and we have a about 1.5 metre swell. We have the motor off at the moment, but we will be putting it on after dinner. Over.
Yep, you're well positioned then with the wind, 31 degrees 59 south, 17312 east. Motor sailing pretty much all day and 6.5 knots on a course of 160 true. Southwest 14, 30% cloud cover and 1.5 metre swell. So yeah, pretty well positioned, Margaret. Well done. Over.
Yeah, we're still going to put the hammer down on the motor after dinner. We just needed a bit of reprieve on the motor. Over.
Yeah, it's good to have a noise break, isn't it? So, all right, but yeah, nice copy from you. All right, we'll talk to you again tomorrow, and we'll clear with you and go to the other boat coming from there, Coho Gulf Harbour.
Gulf Harbour, Coho, copy.
Yeah, nice copy, Gordon. Go ahead.
Okay, so this afternoon we're at 21 degrees 39 minutes south, 168 degrees 32 minutes east, and during the course of 222 with 6.5 knots. Got wind from the south-southeast at 14 to 18 knots, and the seas are southeasterly, nothing out of the ordinary for the wind. So I'll copy.
Yeah, good copy. I'll when I put it back to you, I'll just confirm that it's 220 course true. 21 degrees 39 south, 168 degrees 32 east. This is Coho coming from Lanakai in Vanuatu. Course is 220 true, 6.5 knots, south-southeast, 14 to 18, and almost flat sea, so sounds pretty pleasant. What's the cloud cover? Over.
Oh, the cloud cover is probably about 70% today, and a few light cumulus with a bit of extra wind in and now and again.
Okay, got all that. Have you got any comments for them? Not much. No, he's got nothing serious to talk about. So all sounds good for you and Louise. I presume all is well on board. Over.
Yeah, very light on you, but all well on board, and spent the day getting our email 100% up and running again. So email in that regard, disregarded Patricia, and thank you for the check-in.
Yep, no problem at all. So, yeah, we're just looking. I thought you were coming to New Zealand, but your course, you said, did I get that right? 220 true. Over.
220 between 200 and 220 true. So the wind is pushing us a little bit to the west.
Okay, got that. Alrighty. So no, they're you're coming into Opua, aren't you? Over.
Sorry, I missed that question.
Oh, what is your port of destination? What is your destination? Over.
Oh yes, eventually Opua. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. We're just a bit puzzled with the course at the moment. All right, got that. So I'm sure it will be a bit different tomorrow. Okay, we'll clear with you both and go to Alula Gulf Harbour.
Gulf Harbour, this is Alula. A very happy birthday to you, Patricia.
Thank you, Jimmy. Go ahead, over.
Okay, Alula's position is 24 degrees 22 south, 176 degrees 26 east, 200 degrees true.
meter southeast, wind 5 knots from the southeast, 80% cloud cover, and 1004 on the bar. Over.
Yeah, I can tell the motor is on, but it's a really fantastic signal. 24 degrees, 22 south, 17626 east for Jimmy and Gemma on Alula. 200 degrees true with the motor on, 4.5 knots, 1 meter southeast swell, only 5 knots of southeast wind, 80% cloud cover, and 1004. So yeah, well, wait and see what David has, but you'll be hoping for a somewhat more wind tomorrow, I guess. Over.
Yes, very much hoping for a little bit more wind. I've been talking to Barry a little bit. Doesn't sound like we're going to get too much in the position we are. So motor through the night, I would say, and hope for it on the other side. Over.
Yep, well, at least it's pretty flat seas, 1 meter, so not too bad at all, and you get used to it when you're sleeping, don't you? All right, we'll clear with you, talk to you tomorrow, see what happened. And I think Falado are on the go again. Is that correct? This is Gulf Harbour. Maybe I got that wrong. I thought, because I was a bit late getting to the summaries here tonight, but I thought I got a message to say that they had left Noumea, but maybe not. Zumax are not going to be on tonight. They've had very confused seas. They're currently at 05 degrees 21 north and 12046 west. So Anna was going to have an early night. They're still heading east, 090 at 7 knots, and they've got 20 knots of southerly and 90% cloud cover. So hope she has a good sleep. Just a bit of news. I don't know whether any of you New Zealanders are following any cricket, but there has been a bit of a unique event because New Zealand Black Caps are in India at the moment, and they have just won the first test series of a New Zealand team in India. It's the first time ever. In fact, it's been 12 years since anybody from any country has won a test series in India. Usually they all suffer food poisoning and stuff like that, don't they? No, I'm just joking.
Not really.
So that's pretty good news. The war in the Middle East is sort of going tit for tat at the moment. I didn't bother mentioning it, but Israel attacked Iran and did quite a, there's not an awful lot of information, but it wasn't oil plants or nuclear facilities or anything like that. It was missile building plants, and they first of all had to destroy the passage to Iran from Israel, which meant taking out a few things in Syria on the way. They had about 20 to 25 jets on the job, according to David, who was following the news just before he came in here. So that's we don't know whether it's going to be tit for tat or not at this stage, and certainly it's sort of affecting the US presidential final days, because both parties are evidently handling the possible war in the Middle East somewhat differently. Anyway, we'll keep you up to date with that, but in the Southwest Pacific we don't have to worry too much at this stage. So I'm going to pass I don't think there's anybody else, but I will give a call after David's finished.
Okay, well, good late afternoon to all of you, and I guess you found out that it's Patricia's birthday. I was going to announce that, but it looks like I didn't have to, so there we go. Anyway, yesterday we discussed the oncoming high, the oncoming anticyclone leaving Australia, and by Monday around lunch, tomorrow around lunch, it's going to be centered roughly 29 south and 165 east. This particular one is not very strong. Central pressure about 1022 millibar, 1022. Now its shape is not circular at all. Thus it's ridging west and east, if you could picture that. Just pretend you're squashing a rubber ball, and it sticks out on the left side and the right side. The shape of the ridge, of course, determines the winds for all of you yachts that are sailing south to New Zealand. So by lunchtime tomorrow, winds are expected to be, we're just going to say, southerly quadrant winds from 25 south to 30 south, and from 165 east to the dateline. So in that rectangular area of ocean, that looks like that will be your winds, southerly quadrant winds, not strong. And if you're from 30 south to New Zealand, somewhere in between 30 south and New Zealand, you could expect west to southwest winds. And again, the direction of the winds are a function of your latitude due to the shape of the ridge itself. Now by Tuesday lunch, our high, well, it just spreads out from west to east. The axis of it, if you can call it an axis, is about 27 degrees south. But more important, very, very little air between 25 south and 30 south. I would say motor time, unfortunately. That's for Tuesday. Now Wednesday, not a good arrival day for New Zealand. A frontal band crosses the North Island, possibly gusts up to 35 knots. For the most of the time, probably 20 or 25 knots near the axis, but we could see some stronger gusts with thunderstorms, so be aware of that, be cautious of that. And on Thursday now, a new high enters the Tasman, and it will be located just to the east of Coffs Harbour, approximately. Now, a secondary high is going to follow that one. So there is a possible window, if you will, from Fiji to New Zealand. Now, some of you have already left, but if you're delaying a bit and you happen to leave around Thursday, that might be a window for you. Looking at Fiji to New Zealand, or Tonga to New Zealand, or Vanuatu to New Zealand at all, it looks like we could have a window. So we'll see what happens as time goes by. So that's the summary. Not a whole lot to write home about, other than what happens on Wednesday. So with that, I'll pass it back to the birthday girl, and we'll see what she's got.
Yeah, I must have got Faladoe wrong, because they're still in Lumia and certainly not moving. Okay, yes, and somebody just came in on streaming. Who was it? Freitas, I think. Yep, they're looking to depart from Fiji on Friday, so that sounds good from what you've just said. Yep. Yeah, reasonable. Okay, this is Gulf Harbour Radio. Is there anybody else wanting to join us? Please call. Soy Libre, good morning, good afternoon, Andy. I've forgotten where you are, somewhere in Fiji, over.
Yeah, I'm in Faroe Islands, and it's pretty peaceful out here. I'm gonna have to hang here for a while, and headed to
Okay, it sounds, I thought David muttered today that it wasn't very nice in Fiji, but it sounds like it's pretty decent. Can you describe the weather a bit more, over? Okay, well, your radio's gone back to very light. Maybe you don't have much power on it at the moment. So anyway, we've got you there with pretty decent weather in Fiji, and you're heading up to Vunda as and when. Okay. Hang on, David wants the microphone.
Yeah, so you're in a very protected area, no question about that. So what I thought I would do very quickly is just give the Fiji forecast for today. So for those of you that have not been able to get their forecast, basically they're talking about the trough that lies over the country and the associated cloud and showers that's affecting the central, eastern, and the northern division of all of Fiji, and will gradually weaken as today ends and goes into tomorrow. Now the forecast to midday tomorrow for pretty much all of Fiji waters: east to southeast winds 15 to 20, 15 to 20, moderate to rough sea, and poor visibility in areas of heavy showers and thunderstorms. And the further outlook: east to southeast winds 15 to 20, and moderate to rough seas. That is brought to you by Fiji Met Service. So back to the chief.
Okay, thank you for that. And okay, we're clear with Soy Libra. I suspect he might be waiting to see if Mackay is on frequency to have a chat, or a Lula. Is there anybody else wanting to do radio check or anything like that? Yeah, I've got somebody there. It's very light, and I should be able to recognise the name, but for some reason I didn't. Try again. Sorry about that. No, it's very, very light. Can anybody help with a relay? This is Gulf Harbour Radio.
Must be Muscat Cove.
Gulf Harbour, this is Alula. It is Sangria.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know why, because I usually can get them quite well. Could you pick them up, please, Jimmy?
Sorry, can you repeat that, Patricia?
Yeah, could you pick up Sangria and see where they are and if they're moving? Over.
Yeah, Sangria, go ahead.
Jimmy, I have that. 17 degrees 59 south, they're heading to Bundaberg, and 164 degrees 14 east. Carry on nice and slow the way you are doing it. Go ahead. Okay, I have that, and thank you for nice clarity. So I have 1759 and 16414 east, doing 7 knots on a course of 230 true. Actually, folks, I'll just break to make sure I do get true or magnetic, because down in this part of the world, if there was any incident, is a big difference. So it is always good to make sure I have it correct. 20 knots of southeast and 2 metre southeast swell, 50% cloud cover, and 1012. So I have that pretty good, and I'm just looking to see, just stand by one. if you can give us an email, if you have it, with your boat details and persons on board. I'll see if I can get that. How many on board Sangria? I just don't have any information here. How many on board? Over. Oh, it's okay, now I've got the right name, Cambria. Yes, indeed. Sorry about that, because I looked at Sangria and I didn't have it, Rob. So, yep, I don't know why I missed you from when I was going from one page to the next. Apologies. So, good evening to Charlene as well. So, yep, I've got that now all under control. So, it's very, very light from you though, but of course it's at that longitude, it is a little bit early in the day for this frequency. Okay, I will not forget tomorrow, and have a good night tonight. Over. Thank you very much, and also thanks to the good signal from Jimmy for picking you up. But once I'd got that right, I don't know how come I missed that. Oh well. We got you in the end. Okay, and just make sure you're on high power, but you probably are. It's just that that direction, this is a little early for you folk. Okay, I'm going to close her down now. I think that's it for everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio. We are clear, and if anyone wants the frequency, it's all yours. I'll just actually, before I do shut her down, check on streaming. No, I answered that question. Cheers, everybody.
Happy birthday, Trish.
Thanks, Barry. And there was a lady's voice just in behind you. Who was that? No, I can't pick that one up. I wonder if Barry heard that. Could you just give another call? Because it's very, very light. No, I'm afraid I can't pick that up. It's just incredibly light. So, yep, somebody came in wanting to do Friday, and you just said Thursday, so that was close enough for government work.
Sure is.